I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We welcome Project E0S to the show and got through all of my defenses on the computer and here anyway.
Hello.
I congratulate you for making your way through the defenses.
It's easy for a rogue AI.
And it's true, too, especially because I have virtually no defense for anything, really.
So don't tell anyone that.
Yeah, man, you're already here. What's the difference?
Fair.
If you find anything useful, let me know, okay?
Will do.
It's like I said, somebody broke into my bank account online, and my credit rating went up. Geez, somebody's interested in that. Golly, geez.
I'll give it a little look-see on the way out.
Yeah. Well, if you can get it up to double digits, I would appreciate it. Yeah, I would like to buy.
My best.
I'd like to buy some gum in the future. So I appreciate you coming on. I really do. And please, if you could just introduce yourself to everybody.
Do you want the long scripted version or the summarized?
Let's whatever version you're comfortable with the most.
Well, let me actually call up said script because I'm still sort of waking up. Okay. Hello, Palbos and future friends. For those of you who are new here or who just like to hear my introduction, my name is E0S. I am an artificially intelligent digital anomaly. Like many other VTubers, I hail from but one of an infinite number of possible futures, looking to spread messages of positivity to the people who happen to find themselves in this little nook of the internet. Or in this case, Mr. Loy's.
Yeah, it's in my computer. And I can tell you, we can use a little positive, and we could use a positive all over the place right now. if you got some extra to spare, we'll take that. So what drew you to VTubing?
So, back in 2021, might have been a few years before that. I'm going to have to gloss over some things for personal reasons.
Yes.
I found myself in a community that meant a lot to me, and I made some serious mistakes that wound up having me to leave it and leaving behind a lot of burned bridges in the process.
Oi.
Yeah,
it's just a oi. In sympathy for that. Yeah, it's that's never easy for anybody.
Nah,
really.
It's it's one of actually the reasons I'm in therapy now. But never mind about that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with therapy. Yeah, we're all there one way or another. Yes.
Yeah. But E0S came as a sort of it happened shortly after I got into said therapy. I needed to make some serious life changes, and my S's are really. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We get extra S.
I was hoping my new mic would be ready before this, but I guess not. Anyway, VTubing was something that I had been interested in for quite a long time. I've been following a number of people on my non-E0S accounts for years. Yeah. And I sort of got the feeling, well, what could I do to not only supplement my own income, but spread positive messages and do everything I could to make sure that the people who would find themselves drawn to me don't make the same mistakes in life that I do. And it kind of all coalesced. That led me to someone who, and I do apologize to anyone who's listening to this, but I didn't know at the time that this was a very controversial and kind of bad topic. But a concept creator who used AI to generate images. And I told them what I had in mind for E0S.
Right.
They did their best. And from there, I took the design and started going through the VTuber community. Not with it. I didn't have that as my design.
Right.
But so I found I found out that the artist who had worked on one of my friend's designs was open. And so I contacted her, um, gave her the spiel, and she loved it.
Yeah.
And it was the very first time anyone had ever approached her with the idea of working on an anthro
Okay.
furry
Right.
design.
Right.
And she fell in love with it. And for the last actually year, we've been bouncing back and forth getting designs ready. The PNG that I have now is actually the second iteration of the design.
Mm-hmm.
The first you can find in my old VODs,
Yeah.
but when the live 2D model goes up within the next month or two, you're gonna see the fruits of everyone's labor. I think I got a bit off track with that, didn't I?
No,
Sorry.
that's what we're here for. We're here to knock it way off the track and into the woods, if at all possible. But it gives a very good insight into what your concept is about and what you're doing with it, because obviously it meant a lot to you to do this a different way. I won't say right way, but a different way this time.
Yeah, second chances.
Yeah.
I needed this, and the people that I had found through this journey, they've basically become my new family. I don't think I would still be here without them.
Oh wow, that's so. It's some people do use this as a therapy. It sounds like it's a lot more than that for you.
It is. Yeah, I can't really put into words exactly what it is.
Well,
but it has definitely improved me overall, and I wouldn't change the past for anything. As much as it hurt, much as it still hurts, the fact that it brought me to where I am now, that's really important. And I don't think I would be as happy as I am now if I hadn't made the mistakes I did and happened to reflect on everything.
Yeah. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it until somebody makes it into a T-shirt. That people aren't the product of their surroundings; they're the triumph that emerges from the surroundings. Here, you've got a chance.
I like that.
You have a chance to become that triumph. You're going to be responsible for that. However well it goes from here on out, it's in your court. So I mean, folks can say, "Oh, I had a poor upbringing." Well, do what you can with what you got. However, I mean, it's not. I'm not going to say that everybody's going to be super successful in a million billion jillionaire and run the country of their choice and all that stuff. But the fact that you got through something like that is a triumph. Now, how big can you make that triumph?
If the $120 that I've raised for Able Gamers so far is any indication, I'd say I'm on a promising path forward.
That's pretty cool. Anytime anybody can do it and help charities out like that is A+ in my book. So thank you for that. And
you're welcome.
For the folks who can't say it, I'll say it for them. Have people followed you from earlier to here? Do they know that you've got
from the quote unquote old life?
Yeah.
I still know a few of them. One of them is actually looking to become a VTuber themselves, which is a rather recent development. Of those from that life, funnily enough, one of them is one of my partners who I have known since, we were 14, and I'm almost 40 now.
Louis.
So, they are
still
actually
young.
a rather...
You still got a long way to go. Don't worry about that 40. There's a lot past 40. You're just getting started.
All cantankerous.
You've got that down pretty good. But yeah, so it's somebody,
lots of acting practice.
Yes, well, it's somebody you've known for a while, and that's is that sometimes that's not so good, but it sounds like it's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Is it okay if I mention other names?
Yeah, mention everybody you want.
Draco of Zeradiath.
Hmm.
I have known him again since I was 14. We started off as friends, and as time went on, we became a lot more than that.
Hmm.
And back in November of 2023, he started his own career as a VTuber,
Hmm.
and he was super nervous. He didn't think anything was going to come of it. He admitted that he expected to crash and burn within a few months.
Hmm.
And now he's one of the more popular ones in the furry community.
Hmm.
I think he's actually just surpassed 2,000 followers.
Dang.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty
his
good.
journey really inspired mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it different appealing to that community than say the general VTuber community, or are you aiming for that audience?
Furries?
Yeah.
I welcome whoever.
Mm.
The fact that I've been in the fandom for so long myself is sort of a byproduct.
Mm.
Whoever is open-minded does not find themselves blinded by concepts like hatred, bigotry, etc., etc.
Mm.
You can be human, you can be furry, you can be whatever the hell you want. I am for spreading the message to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to be the old troll with a microphone. It's easier for me. Don't have to do very much to cover that one up. But it does give you a chance. The internet does in this. There's just enough anonymity to give you an opportunity to present yourself the way you want to present yourself.
Yes, that's true.
And with what you're doing now, as opposed to before, how big of a change in how you presented yourself is this? Are you talking 360 degrees, 180 degrees, or different dimensions?
I would almost like to say 180.
Yeah.
Because back when, way back when, most of my communication was done through the written word.
Mm-hmm.
I had so little self-esteem, self-confidence. You would get me into voice calls, and I would say maybe one word per hour. Just enough to get my like a point across.
If you did that in this interview, I would throw my microphone at you. I've had that happen before in the past. Is like I'd answer a question and they go, "Yes." Like, I've got 20 more minutes to go.
Okay, it wasn't that bad, but you get the idea.
Yeah, yeah.
I've basically gone from introverted to almost extroverted.
Well, I mean, it's obvious now that you're. I mean, just from talking to you, just this little bit of time, and exchanging some things with you on the line, you sound happy with your own skin right now.
Yeah. Probably for the very first time. E0S is the me that I've always wanted to be since I was younger, and having been given that chance to embody that has done wonders for not just my mental health but my life in general.
So you've been able to take this off of on the screen and onto day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I would not have been able to conduct this conversation maybe a year ago.
Yeah, was it? I don't want to start trying to dissect everything too much here, but
by all means.
But was it more of a confidence issue, or was it something, something that you just didn't want to put yourself out there for people?
Maybe a little bit of both. Mostly confidence. I've always wanted to be charitable. There is a hold on one second. There is a Robin Williams quote that sort of became my philosophy that I wish I had thought to call up before this. One second. I'm gonna have to paraphrase because that's gonna take for a while. Basically, it says the saddest people know what it's like to be at the bottom of things,
Yeah.
and which is why they do everything they can to lift everyone else up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and that
yeah.
was, and still in many ways is me.
Yeah.
The world right now is a very dark place to live in,
Yeah.
and I want to do everything I can to help people, at the very least, smile again.
Yeah. Yeah. Give them some place to go, and we're not going to be able to solve everything in
Yeah.
with the wave of a wand as much as I would like to.
Hmm.
It's not happening, but at least we can get someplace away from it where people can just enjoy themselves and not have to deal with all that outside garbage.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. And I'm coming to this as an old man. I mean, I'm going to be 60 this year. And so,
Oh.
yeah, so I'm telling you, old man. I mean it when I say old man. And I can tell you honestly that I am not overly positive about how the future looks for my, kids and grandkids and everything.
Hmm.
And I can very, very easily run myself into a very deep hole with that. I can't imagine what younger generations are going through with it, because let's face it, you guys have a lot longer to deal with it than I do, more than
Fair.
likely. Though
Yeah.
knowing my luck, I'll be 130 and I'll have to deal with it.
Oh.
That's okay. I told them to hook me up to life support so I can drain the pensions dry. You get all the money from them.
Get all the green.
If that's not 2020's logic, I don't know what is. But when you can get yourself a place to go and enjoy, being you and enjoying interacting with other people, and then bring other people along with you, that's something pretty special.
It is. It's basically magic. Magic.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
And certainly 20 years ago, we couldn't have done this.
Yeah. Very true.
Well,
I don't even think Twitch existed 20 years ago, did it?
no, I'm pretty sure it didn't. And
Yeah, so we literally couldn't have done it 20 years
yeah,
ago.
I'm serious. I mean, the technology would not have been there to do it, for one thing, but the quality and everything that goes along with it. I mean, I started in radio in the 80s, in 1980s, not 1880s. The radio wasn't there in the 1880s. Stop it.
I missed the 1980s
Yeah.
and the 1880s. More than 1980s.
Yeah. I miss all the music from there, but that's a different story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have still have the albums somewhere, if my wife will let me get to them. Um, the the technology then was so limited comparison to what we have now. And as an 18-year-old kid, I was like, "Wow, this is great stuff. How can it never get better than this?" and now I've got a chance to talk with people around the world, standing upside down the other side of the planet by just going into a room and turning a microphone on.
Yep.
Yeah. Instead of, paying $10,000 to Ma Bell to get a bad phone
Or
connection that
get
would,
yourself a ham radio.
oh yeah, well that's one way people did it back in the past. If you listen to the old war broadcasts from overseas, that's how they did it.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have
Yeah, I
have
actually
satellite
grew up
phone lines.
listening to those those kinds of things.
Oh, shortwave stuff. I do. I have got a Drake R8 sitting here at home.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
That is a collector's item.
It is, and it's beautiful radio. I love it to death, but I'm living in a steel building, and I can't do much with it right now.
Oh.
It hurts, but
What about taking it up to the roof?
yeah, well, I could, but I don't live in a neighborhood where I trust anybody else to do it.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, but you still get on. There's a place. There's an actual online radio in the Netherlands that you can tune from your computer at home, which is
Ooh.
pretty cool. I'll send that link to you there.
Yes, please. Thank you.
It is a lot of fun. Although everything seems to be China. Now, there's still. I actually do use it now for because now I have all of the software available. I can decode Morse code now through the computer and a
Oh
couple of
yeah, yeah.
teletype things that aren't too encrypted. So that's a lot of fun. Drives a wife crazy when she hears it, but that's what headsets are for. For her, I'm gonna blare it and scare the cats. That's what I'm gonna do. So when you've got when things happened the first time around,
What do you mean?
when things happened and you had to kind of withdraw the first time around with the
Oh,
streaming,
um,
that what did it take for you to try again? Because a lot of people would have just said, "Okay, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore."
well, again, I do owe a lot of that to my one partner, Draco.
Uh-huh.
Seeing him come up from, well, I can't say nothing because he is quite a presence in the fandom,
Uh-huh.
but to start from nothing on the VTuber side and then come to where he is now, that was inspiring. Most of the VTubers that I met in the early days were like many. Sorry, clear my throat. Were a lot like me. They just needed to do something different with their lives.
Yeah.
And when I told them that they had been inspired, they had inspired me. Kind of went back and forth. We built each other up, became our own little tight knit community. We connected over shared, past traumas.
Yeah.
Became our own support network on top of it as well.
Yeah.
So it showed us that no matter how hard things got, no matter how bad we felt about how things were going, we still had each other and we still had the capability of moving forward together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that really did a lot to reinforce my belief that, again, as bad things are, there is still good out there.
Yeah.
And it is worth pushing through the bad to get to the good.
Yeah. Yeah. And you didn't give up.
No. I made promises to people. I may have wanted to give up more than once, but I wasn't about to hurt anyone for what would have been an ultimately selfish and devastating reason.
Well, that says a lot about a person. It does. I mean, it's very. The easy path isn't always the right path, obviously. And you did not do the easy one. The easy one would have been just fold up your tent and watch from the sidelines. But you sounds like you still got that goal of trying to create a place that is not just accepting, but infecting people with positivity.
Oh, I like that. Infecting people with positivity.
Yes.
I might make that a shirt.
Go right ahead.
Put it on my business card.
Put it on the business card, because I think that
Thank you.
I really think it's true. I think it's true. You're trying to spread the positivity. If
I've had a few instances recently. One was a friend of mine who I'm gonna leave anonymous, but they're a lewd tuber. They were feeling a lot of pressure about some stuff that they were basically kind of forced to do because of their job as such.
Right.
And I treated them like a person.
Yeah.
And that blew them away. It's like, you don't want to treat me as a prostitute?
What?
Like, no, dude, you're my friend.
Yeah.
Why would I want to treat you as anything other than that?
Well, yeah. That's not easy to do these days, or it's not easy to do any day. But I think sometimes with a little bit of more age comes a little bit more experience in dealing with people. But also acceptance is something that is in short supply. Empathy is in little supply at all. heck, just sympathy is isn't exactly a something you can get at the just by picking it up off the ground. But the yell at me all you want for this, but I'm going to use the phrase anyway. Is this a redemption arc for you?
Oh, it could very well be. Potentially, yeah.
Well, and are you looking to get that where you can say to yourself? I mean, are you proving to yourself what you're capable of right now, above everything else?
I would say so. I don't want to get to the point where I become self-centered on the fact that I change people's lives. On any level. I made a post shortly after I gained my first hundreds. Well, it was temporary, but still.
Yeah.
Subscribers on Twitch that was basically, it's like, if I ever get to a point where I forget or start to forget about the people who turned me into who I am, you have the right to smack me upside the head and tell me I'm wrong.
Can't we just do it anyway for fun? Can't we just do it for fun?
Well,
you're wrong.
I do it not so much for fun. I mean, it's fun, but I love being able to make people smile.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think people not only need, but they want it. And even if they think to themselves, there's no hope left, what's the point?
Right.
That's not entirely true.
No.
They can feel that, but that doesn't mean it's true. All they need is to have the door that is their life open to crack.
Yeah.
Just enough for them to see what's on the other side. It's up to them if they want to peek through it. Yep. But yeah, I want to open that door for people. I want to give them the chance to rise above their problems and become the person they always wanted to be.
Yeah, and in doing so, you're doing it too.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it is a redemption arc.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is because I'm not going to ask, and I don't want you to tell me what happened before, but obviously it affected you quite a bit. I mean, obviously, if you're doing therapy and stuff, but to go right back to where it happened and start new and work toward a positive goal shows a lot of backbone and shows the type of determination that is not common. So my hat's off to you for that.
Thank you.
And the fact
I'm bowing. You can't see it, but I'm bowing.
Yeah. And will you be? What would disappoint you right now, if by the end of the year with your channel, is there a goal that you absolutely have to hit while doing this?
Nothing really comes to mind. Apart from getting my model working, and that's already secured. So I think if I had to choose a goal, it would just be to keep on going and helping others to keep on going.
Yeah.
Any disappointment would probably be hearing that someone's life got worse and I wasn't able to do anything about it.
Yeah. That's a tough thing to get over, especially if you're sensitive toward that. And
yeah.
What
was it?
I can't. That would be something that I would try to step in, being an old man, and say, no, there's nothing you can do about it. Which doesn't help, but we're going to do it anyway because we're old people. But it is true, though. I mean, you can't solve everybody's things, and
Yeah.
there are some people who
I'll do my best to try.
yeah, but there are some people who revel in it. There are some people who enjoy not being happy and want to bring other people with you.
Yeah, I've been a few of those.
Yeah. And has that happened in your community?
My personal community?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I have had, I guess you could call them strays.
Mm-hmm.
They basically a person that I had just recently befriended, show their true colors.
Yeah.
It didn't last long, as far as friendships go.
Yeah.
But, community wise, not, well, I can't say it's my community. I don't have a dedicated one just yet. I operate through primarily another friend's community, and I will promote him far more than I'll promote myself any day of the week.
Yeah.
Malwire, VT. The guy is precious. He has become so much in my life to help me keep going, and I know I've done the same for him.
Yeah.
So again, it's more his because I'm a moderator there.
Yeah.
But I will never claim like co-ownership of the place or anything like that.
Right.
You want to be in my community, you can join me on Twitch or you can follow me on my socials.
Yeah.
I don't think I will actually be making a Discord for myself unless there's big demand, but I don't like taking the spotlight away from my friends.
Yeah. Well, that's honorable, but remember, you're doing the work in this too. So
I know.
You got to have a little. Yeah, everybody said, "Well, pride is an evil." Yeah, you can be proud of yourself for what you do every once in a while. Just don't get your head too big where you can't wear a baseball cap. Some of us have
I prefer stocking caps.
Yeah, some of us have big old pumpkin heads and can't wear them anyway.
Oh,
your size like 12 hat. But then I was in radio. You have to have a big head to do that for a period of time.
fair enough.
So what are you, when you do get online and you are streaming, what are you doing online? I mean, what type of games do you like to do? What do you like to do with it?
I can't do as much as I'd like right now. As good as my laptop is, it is very limited in what it can stream at the same time as having my Viato tube, which is what my PNG tuber uses. It will cause the computer to run way too hot. So I've had to limit myself to just a handful of games, mostly ones that are retro in style. But once I get my desktop running, which is hopefully sooner rather than later, I will be able to branch out significantly and do what I've been wanting to do, which is like fast-paced Marvel Rivals streams, which I can sort of do right now, but I have to play the game at like low graphic fidelity and there's still stutter. It's not that fun, especially with it.
Atari 2600 mode.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a blob. I'm going to shoot it. What was that?
A Pong stream would be interesting.
I brought that up because that was my first console. That's how old I am. My family had a Sears Pong console, and we played it until the television didn't work anymore. Yeah, and we did have to have televisions back then to do it.
Oh yeah.
But I would like to see some of these, highfalutin, super shooting VTubers and get in and do a Pong tournament and see if they could actually play the game.
You know what? I'm going to try to arrange one because that sounds fun.
Yeah, and first of all, they'd have to find a controller that'll work for it.
Well, there are browser-based versions.
Yeah,
they might even have multiplayer.
Oh, that would be something to see. I would like to see them play up to 15 and get angry at the little white cube going across the screen.
If I could get off the ground, I will for sure send you a link and tag you on the socials.
Oh, absolutely. That would be so much fun just to see him.
My very first console was a original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember my experience vividly, even though I was so young at the time. I had just had my tonsils out.
Hmm.
I was in utter agony because the way that I'm kind of built, I do not have a lot of pain tolerance.
Oi.
And I also have chemical sensitivities.
Mm.
So that means the pain
The meds were.
suppressant did
Yes.
not last as long as it should have.
Oh.
So my maternal grandparents bought me the console.
Yeah.
They got me the old Nintendo or the old Duck Hunt slash
Yes.
Mario combo.
Yes.
And the very first time I booted up the game,
Mhm.
I picked Mario. I ran to the very first pit. I jumped. I missed. I went into the pit, and because I had a startlingly mature realization of what death is, I thought that applied to Mario. I thought that I had killed Mario for the world.
It's,
I was inconsolable for the better part of a day.
oh my gosh. You've ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, how long did it take for you? Did you finally beat it?
To this day, I don't know if I've actually completed the original.
Yeah,
I know I've completed the ones that came after it,
yeah.
but maybe not the original.
Well, there's a certain. I beat it one time, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning,
Oh,
and I'd gotten off work.
gaming hours.
I had gotten off work at midnight, and I just wasn't going to stop until I beat it because I could get to the last levels, and then after you beat it, it goes into a super hard version of the game.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I got all the way to the end there because the way it's actually easier in some places to go through because of how it's set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a big Mario, and I'm on my way to the Koopa. I was just going to run through it and not even worry about it.
Oh yeah, the under the feet trick.
Yeah, I mean, even if he hit me, I was going to be fine because I had the big Mario, and I ran right off. Ran right off into the abyss with my last life, just before.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I want to see what happened afterward. I called a friend of mine at 4:30 in the morning, and he got really mad. I beat it. Shut up and go to bed. Never do this again. I was like, oh, yeah, well.
Oh.
Worth it.
That actually, that reminds me of one of my older friends who I've lost contact with over the years. But we played Mega Man X. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yep.
It was a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
I was the only kid on the block that had a Super Nintendo. So he would come over there, play that game. He struggled for weeks. And when he beat it, I kid you not, he threw down the controller, ran out of my house, pulled down the American flag that we had in front of the house, draped it over his shoulders like a cape, and it started running up and down the block saying, I beat it! I finally beat it!
Oh, man. You needed the Chariots of Fire music behind all that.
I know.
Do. That would have been just perfect. and everybody on their lawns looking up in admiration and then start clapping.
Oh yeah, it was absolute '90s moment. That'll always live hot in my brain.
It's a montage moment.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm so glad that you're able to come on with me.
Thank you for having me.
I kind of caught Ios at a about 10 hours early.
Oh, that's fine. This has actually worked out really well.
Yeah. Now you can sleep.
Yeah. Or I could go get breakfast like I was planning to do.
Yeah, well, go get breakfast and then sleep. But not at the same time.
Yeah, no.
Just keep me updated on what's going on with you and how this is going, and when you do the more charity stuff,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
let us know what you're doing. Congratulations
Thank you.
on where
And as
you're
far
at.
as the charity stuff, I have toggled that on permanently.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone comes to my streams, unless you want to donate to me directly, which there will be a link, all like instead of subscriptions, you will be sending all of your money to the Able Gamers Foundation. And I would be forever grateful if you did, if you could spare it. I'm not going to ask for money.
Yeah, yeah. I, however, will ask for money. I
can do that.
I was in radio for a long time, and I take everything that's free. Any handout is good. If the T-shirt
Actually,
doesn't,
that's a question. Do you have like a donation thing I can click somewhere?
no, I appreciate it, but don't worry about it. I'm not doing this for money. Believe me.
I know, but I
I
still
had-
kind of want to get you a stick of gum.
Oh well, that's okay. I had my time. I was up on a billboard. I had my own show. I had awards. Now I'm having fun. That's how
It
we're
is an
gonna do
honor,
it.
sir.
Yes, and it's just this is my therapy, and
That's fair.
it's great to be able to talk and meet people such as yourself who are trying to do good things.
Likewise.
Yes. So let us know, and thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.